Begin afresh every morning. Devotional thoughts for women.
Greetings, my beloved friends. Today, November 23rd, 2023, our devotional is entitled Abba, Father. The scripture reading is taken from Romans chapter 8, verse 15. For you did not receive the spirit of bondage again to fear, but you received the spirit of adoption, by whom we cry out, Abba, Father. Paul introduced the metaphor of children versus slaves because it was familiar to his readers. The children and the slaves grew up in the same house but with different roles. The children inherited the parents' assets, while the slaves were simply obliged to obey their master's orders, without the right of inheritance. Sometimes a master would adopt a slave as their legitimate child, giving them all the advantages of a biological offspring. This new relationship freed the slave of their fear. A slave served their master for fear, without the hope of any benefit. But when they are adopted, their future becomes assured, and now their service is voluntary, inspired by love. The same things occurs with the new believer. They acquire the privileges of a child of God. You are no longer a slave, but a daughter of God, heir to heavenly assets. Your service is voluntary and your future is assured. You no longer live to placate the wrath of a cold, distant owner, but to please a loving father. Instead of the fear of a slave, you have the trust and security of a daughter. You call to him with emotion, Abba, Father. Abba is a loving term full of respect and total dependence in Jesus' native language, Aramaic. That is why he used the term on several occasions. Father is the translation of Abba into Greek. Abba, Father reflects both the bilingual nature of the times as the intensity of the sentiment. Do you have a favorite name you use to address God? Be on intimate terms with him. Call him Abba, Father, Dad, or Papa. What love, what matchless love, that sinners and aliens as we are, we may be brought back to God and adopted into his family. We may address him by the endearing name, our Father, which is a sign of our affection for him and a pledge of his tender regard and relationship to us. A more sacred relationship to God than have the angels who have never fallen. All the paternal love which has come down from generation to generation through the channel of human hearts, all the springs of tenderness which have opened in the souls of men, are but as tiny rill to the boundless ocean when compared with the indefinite, exhaustless love of God. Tongue cannot utter it, pen cannot portray it. Seek today a new, more intimate way of addressing God.